a lot of some guys.
Are you doing this for the music?
Oh, it's great. This is the morning ritual.
And why wouldn't we wake up to this?
Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't want to do this, right?
I'm not doing it.
Well,
I mean, I have no idea if it was good or not, but it was super fun. Track's awesome. Car feels a ton better. Yeah, I love being able to be like, it feels like this, and then you do things to it, and then I'm like, that feels a lot better.
So we made suspension changes yesterday. We went through those in detail in the day 5 video. Motion control suspension, killing it for us. A little bit of aero work. And then, of course, all to make these Continental ECS02 tires work better. And they're taking now a ton of load from braking, cornering, etc., and taking it like a champ. And all of a sudden, that was the key. That's. I
mean, I would like to see results before I'm thrilled with it. But
do I not get to do the same trap that you did to me? How do you feel? Was it good or not good? Well, I know the answer.
I'm more confident than you, so I'm just gonna say I feel great. And even if I'm wrong, that's okay. So let's hit it.
You did well.
Awesome.
So phone things aren't my strength, and so I probably screwed up the timing and fat fingered a couple things, etc. So we weren't the fastest car on the track. We weren't some of these pure sports car times, but in our group, may have been the fastest. I feel like we were killing it.
Yeah. So that track is work. I would come back to Hallett. Like, I love this kind of stuff. I didn't realize this track was going to be quite so fun. I think I was not necessarily supposed to drive today, and James was like, dude, you have to feel the car with the changes. Like, we have to do that so you can see how different this is. And this place, I mean, I love CMP. I like some tracks that are just kind of like, cut through some weird spots of the country. And this track, like, it's just intense. Like, I got out of the car after 3 laps feeling like I just did a endurance bike race or something. Like, my heart rate had to be through the roof, and it's because you can't see anything. Like, everything's a blind turn over a crest. Everything's fast. The track is bumpy. It's wild out there. So I'm now that I've seen it and done a few hot laps, I'm really excited to get in the car again this afternoon.
James talked about set it down a little bit, and the difference on the rebound and.
So who are you? Mike T.
Yes. Yeah.
It's pretty lucky to show up at a track you've never seen before and have somebody walk over to you and say, I'm a BimmerWorld customer and I've been following everybody's videos. Also, this is my local track. Would you like a hand? Yes. I would like a hand. And he gave me some really helpful tips before the first time I went out. When I came back, I was like, hey, let's do some video coaching. Getting great tips. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome.
Super helpful.
You're welcome. Great company. It's great to watch you guys. I'm just glad to be a part of it. And thank you for letting me even lend a hand.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And by the way, Josh is a crazy good customer service guy and really helped me out.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate this a lot. We just went through all 3 laps. There's some really simple stuff that I'm doing almost the opposite of what I should be doing.
Okay.
Like through turn 4, it's a pretty fast right-hander into a left-hander before straight, and I'm trying to carry too much speed through 4. It's pulling me out to the left, and it's actually much safer to do it the way he's telling me to do it, which is to be patient, keep the car all the way down on the right side, wrap around 4 there to set up 5. I mean, that's gonna, 1, mean that I can push it a little harder without risking rolling off the track because I'm going to be on the other side of the track. And 2, it's going to make coming out of 5 a lot easier. This car is struggling with the sharp corners, big power down, and so that's going to be a huge help.
Yeah, it's point and shoot, right? We've got a lot of power, so it's figuring out how to adapt the line for a car that's got a lot of power.
Yep.
So, Mike, you've got a 2018 M3, M4.
I've got a 2018 M4 competition.
Okay.
And a 2016 and GTS, an M4 GTS.
Okay.
And a Z4, an 08 Z4.
Awesome.
Love BMW and of course, again, I'll say it again, your company has been really helpful in setting that up.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we talked a little bit this morning about some GTMore stuff on the 2018, so it's a killer car.
Yep.
It is.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, we are, but okay. Got it.
I'll just be blind. Still can't really see anything. Right.
So we just got the results, and the little green-headed man didn't finish 12th, which is crazy because that feels like where we've been settling into in the overall finishing position. You also didn't finish 11th.
Correct.
You're right in the top 10 at 10th. So what's the plan next time out? Well, first of all, how's the car feel versus last time you drove it, right? Because we made some big changes.
Yeah, car feels a lot better. Everything James was saying yesterday, I echo 100%. I wish we'd made these changes sooner. I still don't understand them entirely, and I think we should talk about them more later.
Say that again.
I would have done something different, and it would have been wrong.
Okay, but more importantly,
James was right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Car's a lot better. It's doing what we wanted it to do now. It doesn't feel so unpredictable. It's a lot more fun to drive. It's a little bit faster, but James said this yesterday. When the car does what you want, you feel confident in the car and you start going faster pretty quickly. And I think that's what we're starting to see now. So we're kind of not fighting the people we were fighting anymore for time, and we're starting to chase down that top 10 group, which is exciting. That makes this a lot more fun.
Yeah, 10th overall, first in class again, and our second in class finished 12th. So we're starting to separate. And I think now that we're actively digging into the car and doing our work, we've got stable conditions. It's hard to tune the car when it's rain and you really don't know what you're getting into. Yeah, get in the car, see what we can do this afternoon. So?
It's awesome. The car just feels like it's getting framing.
Oh.
Sorry, Kevin. Feels like the car's just getting better and better. Back to the confidence thing. Framing. Wow. You want me to hold the phone?
No, I have to get closer so I can be in the go.
The confidence in the car is there now. I think it's hotter out right now. It took about a second to lap off every lap from the first session. It's just the ability to take it in deeper, get on the gas a little bit earlier, know that the car is going to do what you want it to do. So, yeah, I mean, just no complaints. It's where we want it to be. Unfortunately, there's only one road course event left in this, but I think James is really going to enjoy the car tomorrow at NCM. I feel really good wrapping up for myself with this session here at Hallett. That setup can make the car feel this different from how it did a few days ago is pretty shocking.
Yeah. So we're gonna pack up quickly today. Video is still recording, so I did a great job. We're gonna transit 720 miles to NCM. The event itself is wrapping up. NCM, 2 runs, last road course, and then 1 time on a dry, but hopefully raining and wet skid pad, and then we're done. So results on the way after we get on the road. See ya. So it's our best, fastest pack up day ever. So we took the opportunity
to stop and order some sandwiches at the track cafe.
Hallett is an awesome place. Absolutely. Hanging out with friends, customers.
Bought some cool shirts for the kids too.
Don't forget the gift store.
Alrighty, we're about 4 hours into what's going to be a 11 to 12 hour drive tonight. We've left Hallett. It was a good day. We had a great day. Finished 10th and 11th, we believe, although they're currently having an issue with the results pages, so those have come back down. I don't think that's going to change for us. Pretty sure we were solidly where we were. We were also a couple seconds on either side, so a small discrepancy is not going to change it much. We're in good spirits, though tired. James will be at NCM tomorrow, National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And James, you want to tell people about our cliffhanger for tonight?
So, every day is an adventure, and today, and it may be that we're hypersensitive, but we're feeling like we may have some returning issues. And so we've been working on this for the last, last several hours since we left the track. So we left the track and we have developed some black smoke out the tailpipe, but we looked at a run log, we did a pull, and everything looks good, fueling looks good, so we're not overly concerned about that. But in doing so, we suddenly then had our driveline code return again. And the driveline code, which you may remember from episode 2, was the start of a tumbling problem that ultimately ended up with melted clutches or destroyed clutches. So, we've been doing a lot of diagnosis. Fun fact: you can clear codes on this car while driving through some of the things we have. I just got a fuel reserve. That means that I've driven a full tank of fuel. I'm pretty proud of that. But anyway, we've played with the gear selection. We've drive mode, sport mode, which puts it in manual sequential shift mode. The different clamping forces. It feels like we may still have a slipping clutch issue. Our best theory right now is that the
hazard reported ahead.
The mechatronics unit, which we did not replace, is probably the original culprit, and we are probably having issues with clamp load in even gears with this DSG box. So clamp load in 2, 4, oddly, you know, our failure was on the road, not on the track, and I think this is happening in road commutes. We saw temperatures rising on the transmission. We've got a Motec in the car to record data. We saw temperatures rising in 6th gear. Another cop. Temperatures rising in 6th gear, went back to 7th. They dropped. So anyway, pretty anxious about.
I can put this in very simple terms.
Please
I believe.
do.
And credit to my wife for the analogy. If you've seen Apollo 13, they know they're running out of oxygen. There's nothing they can do about that. There's a problem that can't be fixed. But the more we know about the problem, potentially the longer we can get this transmission to last. And so we've got people back at BimmerWorld HQ tearing apart the previous unit, trying to figure out exactly what went wrong to give us instructions in the car on what we could do to prevent that from happening as quickly this time. And so, you know, we're on our way back now. When we were talking to you on day 2, day 3, we were trying to make this car get to the event at all. There's only one race left. You know, if this thing can make it 48 hours, we're done. If it can get us home, we're happy even if we're not done. And so, you know, do we limit shifting? Do we stay in certain gear sets? We need as much data as we can get on how to minimize the damage. I think at this point, fixing it is probably out of the question. James and I have only what we've packed. You've seen it laid out at a number of racetracks. And so it's really a matter of just extension.
And it's, you know, it's frustrating. This came up probably from a testing issue that we had, and you know, I think, I mean, the car's been amazing. It's been fantastic on track. It's doing everything that it should do. You know, we are doing the testing work at BimmerWorld. That's what we do. We test the parts, see what fails, so you don't have to.
Anyways, other than obscure Joe Dirt references by James, that is the end of our day. Well, I really hope that's the end of our day. I believe that's the end of our updates for this day.
500 miles to go, so clearly not the end of our day.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that we have no notable issues in those 500 miles, and we update you from NCM tomorrow morning as we prepare for our triumphant last day on the racetrack before we go do a dry skid pad and wrap this puppy up.
Yeah. Wish us luck.